get a few things adjusted here real quick. Alright. As you can see, we are here at the seed site with still no data. Okay? No data for Soho and no data for Stereo A still. So we come over to the other site. We got these already loaded up. Here, let me just show you. We left off with these two blasts right here. Just to adjust this a little bit and get a better picture for you guys. Alright, see, there's one person here. We're just kind of doing a quickie update here because we don't have all the instruments working right now. So this is where we left off with this double blast, the one coming off the northern part of the sun, this one coming off the bottom part of the sun right here. Okay, so that was back on the 23rd. Okay, now let's go through the rest of the 23rd. This is the other incident that I was expecting to happen right after these two, was this little thing that we left off with. And you can see we have another little object right here moving out of there. See it when I roll it back and forth? Alright, so that one passes by. Then as we go through the day of the 23rd, we had this little over here. We'll see me there, and another one down here. Then this. You see this? So there goes another one right there. Okay, and that was it for the 23rd. So this little one right here, and before it was this small one here, and then the double that had started off the day that we had reported on last night. This one as well, and then these two. So we've had some activity going on the sun a lot lately here. Let's switch over to Stereo A and capture these last little bits here. So here's where we left off with this double explosion. Boom. North and south. Alright, then you can see this other object coming out right here. Small one right here. And then another eruption over here. Oops. Alright, so not much to see there. Let's come over to this instrument real quick. I want to zoom in on this real quick for you guys. And I want you guys to take note of how quiet the sun is here. Note we're below the sea floor right here the entire time, except for one little spike right here. So the sun has been really, it's not quiet, it's just weak. You see these color codings on the side right here, the green, yellow, and red? Well, green is the good zone. We're below the good zone. This should be color-coded yellow and red as well, because the sun is getting into these weaker phases here, all right? And we're in the B range, and let's see what B range they say we're at. At B 5.7 range right now, okay? So the sun's really weak, even though there's still objects interacting with it, causing, some pretty good CMEs here. Boom, look at this. Boom. All right. Bam, 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 bam. All of that. And this is all it has to show for. Whoops. Let me bring that back over for you. Quit messing with me. There we go. So all that activity, and this is all the X-ray flux has to show for it, and it's still below the seafloor right here at the end, okay? So something's going on with the sun. The sun is very weak, let's just say. It's not pumping out very strong right now. It's not in that green zone where we like to see it, the mid C range. We're mid B range. Okay, so the chemistry of the sun's changing, and I think you guys notice it when you're out there. Even if it's a cold day, the sun on your skin still stings. Excuse me, I had to take a sip there. All right, so that's what I wanted you guys to kind of see at this instrument is with all that activity I just showed you, we would generally see big, huge spikes, with these big CMEs going off, but nothing. Nothing. I mean, just the tiniest little mouse fart of a spike right here. Okay. Then as we come down here, you can see we're having some absorption. It's not very intense right now, but we are absorbing some right now. Let's zoom back out so we can see this whole page here. All right, so we are having some absorption. X flare chances are at 1% right now, so not many chances of an X flare. The sun's really weak. And then let's pull it over here. Take a peek at our auroras. You can see they're glowing a little bit stronger now. They were pretty weak earlier today. They were barely there earlier today, but now they're picking up again, kind of in strength again as we start to absorb more inbound energy from the sun. You see these two over here, this northern filament release and the southern one. They think it's just a filament release, but that's huge. Both of them are huge. And we already saw the objects that induced this activity. Okay. Let's come over to the tracker real quick. Open this up. I want you guys to take a peek here at the difference between last night's where we had the two and one, the two explosions kind of combining into one wave. Here's today's single little shot kind of going out this direction, which is good news. I'll take that any day as long as it's not coming straight at the earth. That's good. Even though said object that caused this is still headed in our direction, the CME and the energy from the sun isn't heading our direction. But look over here. Watch this. Oh, I was looking at this come together here, right here. But that's behind the earth, so I don't have to worry about that one. So let's zoom back out of this. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. I know things are getting sketchy out there. I've been following closely. I really didn't even want to do a report tonight because the instruments are down. The Schumann's down right now. I can't get the Schumann link to work today. Seeds doesn't have any data. But one thing I did want to report on was this quake here at the top of the Juan de Fuca. All right, this is a fresh quake. This was read just moments ago, right before I started this stream. So we're going to click on this. This is a 4.5 at a depth of 10 here at the very top part of the Juan de Fuca, and it's right on the fracture zone right there, okay? So as we back out here, you can see we got energy coming in right here as a 4.5. Note how quiet it is in this whole region right here. Nothing. But there's a matching 4.5 over here. It's almost as if this energy traveled up here, kind of got dammed up, blocked off, wasn't able to transfer, to the kink here and then further on in. It looks like it just kind of transferred straight across because these are both identical 4.5 quakes. 4.5 there and a 4.5 over here with nothing, literally nothing in between there. All right, so what we usually do is come down to the very bottom right here around Fiji is where our deep quakes originate, a lot of this energy. Today we had a 4.1 at a depth of 524 right here, and it triggered later on this 5.2 along the boundary line right there. Also, we had energy from yesterday that entered here, dumped off a 5.3 right here. We had a little quake swarm in this region a while back. There's a 4.6 right there at in the same general area. But it's really kind of quiet here throughout the system. Let's go up here to Taiwan. I want you to take a look at this. There was another quake right here offshore, but these two quakes right here, a 5.9 at a depth of 35.2, and then an aftershock of 4.6 at a depth of 29 right here off the coast of Taiwan. Let's see if we can get this to pick it up a little bit. You can see how the geology has pushed this region up here. It's almost like as if a shovel is pushing underwater and has pushed this big sandbar up above the surface of the water right here, and this created Taiwan. You can see where this fracture zone comes in right here, and then we have another one on the back side of the island right here. All right, so these two fracture zones used to connect until this pushing has pushed up against here and pushed up this island and created Taiwan. You can kind of see, let me get it just right for you guys. It's too close. Well, maybe not. You can see how this curvature comes around. The mountain ridge follows that same curvature. As it comes up, it's pushed this island up. And see this crack running down the island right here? It's like, not a crack, but almost like a fissure. It's a depression in the island that has pushed from this pushing motion. Okay, so this region right here is starting to move again, where these two fracture zones come together and create the island of Taiwan. So Taiwan, even though it says southwest of Japan, the other one here, I believe, no, that says off of Japan too, but this is the island of Taiwan right here. So all right, nothing really too much going on up here at Japan. It made it a little bit further past with this 4.5, and then nothing up top. So some odd activity going on. Over here we have a quake in the Gobi Desert, a 4.3. They also had another 4.3 on the other side of it. Let's come over to here with a 4.2 in eastern Turkey. This is where Turkey had their big quake, so this region's still rumbling a little bit. Okay. Not much else on that to report. Okay. What was this? Oh yeah, we covered that one. We can come take a look over here at South America real quick. 4.1. Yeah, not much big deal. All right, let's go over to the forecast model. Let me back up just a frame or two here. The only day that I'm really kind of concerned about is the 26th, with added energy coming in from the sun. So here we are, current conditions. This is the nighttime of the 23rd. There's the morning of the 24th. We have this big storm coming in from the northwest. It's converging with warmer air over here, the backside of this high, and these two converge right along this zone right here. So watch this zone as we go clicking through this. Texas, Oklahoma are under the gun for quite a bit of this. So continue on here. So this is the noon time of the 24th. Highlight right here in the middle of Oklahoma. That's the end of convection, the 24th, right there, with red and yellow over Texas border with Oklahoma, the central part of Oklahoma. Anywhere in this region, really. That's the nighttime of the 24th. It dissipates. There's the daytime, morning of the 25th, noon. Then the end of convection, you can see it blossoms again here in southern Texas here. Or in mid-Texas and southern Oklahoma right here at the border. That's the end of convection, the 25th. Then at nighttime, it really blossoms even more. So instead of diminishing at night, this is projecting, it's going to blossom more at nighttime. This is right around the time we're going to have this added energy inbound from the sun interacting with our storm now. So right there, it could be more intense than what they're showing. Hopefully not. Pray double time on this one. Then as we go into the morning hours of the 26th, we still got a good chance of severe storms. This residual moisture is still on this boundary. Here's the cold air, here's the warm air, here's our boundary. And it's still Oklahoma, just floating over Oklahoma. Then it shifts up north here during the noon time of the 26th. Now, this is the day we're expecting this added energy, is the 26th. So from here to here, you see how it shifted from down here in Texas and that energy moves up into here? So this whole area is under the gun on the 26th. This is the noon time of the 26th. Here's the end of convection. All right, I expect this will probably be a little more yellow patchy area, more severe thunderstorms in this region than what this is predicting for the 26th. I pray I'm wrong. I'll be glad to be wrong, but I know how this works. We also have this cold front coming in, dumping snow in Montana. This could also intensify this snowstorm as well, and the freezing rain here. Noontime the 26th, there's the end of convection, or noontime the 26th, there's the morning of the 27th. All right, and we have this freezing rain event right in between the warm air and the cold air, right along that boundary in South Dakota there. The morning of the 27th, that's noontime of the 27th. There's the end of convection, the 27th. This big old storm is moving into the Great Lakes region with snow up here in Canada. That's the nighttime of the 27th. The morning of the 28th. Now look back here. This thing's moving off, but look at this tail of residual moisture back here winding up again. That's the noontime of the 28th. The end of convection the 28th. And the morning of the 29th. Whoops, we skipped a frame. Yeah, there's the nighttime of the 28th. And the end of convection. So we went backwards a little bit. So these two frames right here, this big icing event right here in between the snow and the rain right here. So watch out in Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, this whole region right here for icing event on starting when the sun goes down on the 28th. Then at nighttime it shifts more back down into Kansas area, this icing event, okay? And it's still there in the morning on the 29th here, even reaching down into the top of Texas, the panhandle of Oklahoma. All right, so you guys could be waking up to some ice on the roads here in northern Texas here and the panhandle of Oklahoma up into Kansas. There's the noontime of the 29th. Now it's warming up and dissipating. There's the end of convection. 29th, then the nighttime of the 29th, morning of the 30th, noon, convection, and that kind of clears out. But as we kind of pump through this further into the future, you see this region right here as cold air comes in and collides has a tendency to be right where this stuff gathers and forms. This event right here is projected for November 8th, the morning of November 8th. That would be noon November, or the noon time of November 8th. And the end of convection November 8th. But that's way out there. That'll all change a lot before we even get there. So there's your little, there's your weather forecast right there. And I'm sorry we didn't have a full show tonight, but all the instrumentation isn't up and working tonight. So, but I did want to get on there and just point out that we did have this quake here at the Juan de Fuca just a little while ago. Wait, let's zoom on this again. Right up here, right where it starts to branch off into two branches right here, just off of Vancouver Island right here. Alright, so we'll close out with this real quick. Don't want that. There we go. Alright, this is a different picture. I took a bunch of pictures of this event, alright? In this picture, it shows down here more of the mountain and the Sierra Nevadas and stuff. And what I wanted to do was kind of zoom in a little bit more. Not so much on the face. We've already seen the face and the crown and stuff, but the size. How big this face is over these mountains. And what I'm trying to do, it's not even doing it justice here. Maybe if I pull this in just a tad bit here. You can barely make it out, but right going across this mountain is a road with big billboards that stick up right here and here. Okay, so this is a mountain pass going up the Sierra Nevadas with billboards right here, going up into the Sierra Nevada mountains back here, and that's how big this face was over this mountain with little tiny cars going up this little tiny road right there. All right, and this is the event that happened on Easter. And maybe I'll even play this video. This is a different video that I did about it. We'll give it a shot. And I could see the crown in the clouds, so that's what attracted me to the storm, and I started squeezing pictures off. And it wasn't until later that I downloaded them that I noticed them once the image was compressed. These little boxes up above here compress the image, and I'm going to show you what I mean here. We're going to go zoom in, tilt your head to the right. Yeah, it didn't work. And you can see the image once it's compressed. And this went on for quite a while. This hung in the sky for a good 15-20 minutes. It was actually an hour. And hang on here. As you can see, I squeezed off a lot of pictures of this, so it hung in the sky for a minute there. And I want to take you to this black and white image right here, and then it's a lot clearer. We'll pull this down so you can see it a little bit better. Tilt your head to the right. And in the sky, it looks like this, all blurry. But then once you pull back and look at the bigger picture, tilt your head to the right, you can see Jesus with his crown. Then as this event progressed, I kept snapping pictures. There were other events going on in the sky at the same time in different parts of the sky. And let's see here. We'll go into these other pictures here because there were some other things that started happening. A circle started to form in the sky in front of me, and it looked like this right there. The entire image is too blurry, but as we get further in here, as that started to happen, then I went back to the cloud that Jesus was at, and it changed into a lion's face wearing a crown. Can you see the lion's face? His eyes are right here, and his nose, and the crown. So the Jesus face turned into a lion face. Okay, here's like one of the final images of the lion face where you can really start to make out the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and everything. And then up above here, you can see that was the last photo of the lion face. Then in a different part of the sky, this circular shape started to take shape with two eyes. It looks like a little frown or something. That's not picking it up. Looks like you've got a couple of horns too, or whatever. This looks like a symbol I seen on an Imagine Dragons video or something like that. There's also pyramids in here I can see. Yeah, it didn't pick it up. It didn't pick it up very well on my camera, so you have to go over and watch the original video on that one. Let's just close out with the other one here. The one that's a little clearer to see. Right here.
New Reynolds Kitchen
Oh, good.
dispensing makes parchment paper.
That's wonderful.
About an hour, and I got a lot of pictures of it. See, if we go up above here, you can see all these pictures up from way over here going across, or all of this event. And okay, now we're here at this image right here. This is a flip book of about maybe 15 or 20 of those pictures, and it's the transition between Jesus's face and the lion face. Now this happened in the clouds, and it was so big and in your face you couldn't see it. It wasn't until I took these images and zoomed out and compressed them. You didn't zoom in. They're too big in your face. You have to zoom out to see these. Like this.
Alright. So, that's it for tonight. I wasn't really up for doing a report because there wasn't enough real data to show you guys too much and not too many anything too important to report on. I just thought I'd get on here and let you guys know we had a few more CMEs. We're still missing data. We have to use funky instrumentation. We're missing the Schumann resonance link. And now that one just blinked out. Come on back. Come on back. Well, I was hoping that. Come on back. There we go. Can we at least get this to play?
And you can make out a crown up here above his head. That crown is hovering over his head.
Alright, there we go. We'll leave it with that there for you folks. This happened on Easter. Gotta keep it emphasizing that to you guys until you can wrap your head around how important this event is right here. This is a 2,000-year-old prophecy that came true on Easter. So, I think we'll just kind of, once we get through this here, where was the one zoomed image? Right there. Alright, there we go. We'll leave with that. Alright, you guys will be watching this stuff closely, watching the news closely. We got a lot of praying to do, folks. This world's in a lot of trouble. A lot of things are going down. I think you guys know. As you can see, you know, it's all biblical, all been foretold. So, you know, just keep your faith. I keep showing you this to give you strength, faith, and hope. I know it might look a little scary, but there's hope out there. All right. So I think that's about it for tonight. I'm exhausted. I've had a long day, so I just need to bring this to you tonight. Even though there wasn't much to report, I just want to let you guys know we had some energy coming in that Wanda Fuca. So Northern California, people up in Washington area and Oregon, watch your stuff, watch your backs and stuff too, because you've got a little earthquake activity going on in that region. All right. And until we get some more data from this other instrument or some significant events that pop off the sun, I probably won't do any reports unless there's something important to report on. All right. So this was just a quick little update to kind of let you know we're missing data, we're missing instruments. Oh, that's what I was going to try real quick. Excuse me. I'll try the Schumann one more time. See if we can get that sucker to pull up. See, this site for the Schumann is coming out of Russia, and well, I'll let you guys use your imagination as to why Russia might not be providing this site right now. Vital information that we're missing out on. Same here. Crucial, vital information with just no data. This is the George Mason University. Here, let me back this out. This is the seeds near real-time and beacon. All right, and this comes out of the Space Weather Lab at George Mason University. So George Mason is withholding data because there is data out there for both satellites. We're looking at it here on we're looking at it here on stereo A, and we're not looking at it here, or we're not looking at it here because they're not posting the data. Gee, I wonder why. Well, George Mason, time to grow some stones and start posting some data. This is crucial information, and withholding it is not for your own good. Yeah, let's just back out of this real quick. Was there something else I was looking for? Here's this difference model right here. This is what I'm looking for, this black and white difference model. They sure have an image of it here, though, don't they? Just one frame. You know how we like to go through each frame, right? Frame by frame, put them all together, put them into motion. What good is just this one simple little frame right here? See, something smells. They got data, but they're withholding it. The sun's kicking off CMEs, yet it looks like it's flatlining. Okay, that's it for tonight. We'll leave it right there. I love you all. God bless you all. Everybody keep praying. Have strength, courage, hope, faith. Share this with your friends and family. It's important that your friends, that your family, your loved ones know and understand. Do you want to be there with them for eternity? Do you want them with you for eternity? You want them going to hell, do you? Try to save as many people as you can with this. Share it. Do whatever you do. Put it on your phone. I don't know what you need to do for yourself, but it's so important that I feel I have to impress upon you guys every day now. This is more important than the solar reports. All that other solar stuff, volcanic reports, earthquake reports, pale in comparison to how important this is and what's going on biblically right now. All right, that's it. I love you all. God bless you all. I'm going to get a little rest and then check some more instruments. And when we get something, and I'll be back. I love you all. Bye.